I would like to officially welcome you to news conference today, which is addressed by the CEO of Menzgold Global, Nana Piamensa. But before we comment, I would like to share a word of prayer. First, we'll do the Christian prayers, and then we'll call Elijah Moro to do the Islam prayers. Can we be upstanding to do the prayer? Father, we thank you in the name of Jesus. We bless your name. We give you praise. We give you worship. This is the day that you've made, that we will rejoice and be glad. It's the day that, Lord, we've gathered together to hear from our CEO. We pray that you give him the wisdom, the knowledge to deliver. We also pray, take control, take preeminence over everything we do here, and let everything be to your glory. At the end, praise we give it unto you. In Jesus' name we pray. Hallelujah. Amen. Amen. Alaji.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد الفاتح لما أغلق والهادي لمن سبق ناصر بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره العظيم آمين.
Menzgold and other group companies invited guests, our cherished customer, distinguished members of the media, I would like to warmly welcome you all to the much anticipated news conference, which is dubbed NAM Speaks. This event, remember, is telecast live on Zylofon TV. It's also live on Zylofon FM 102.1. And we're also streaming live on all our social media platforms. You can also get it on TuneIn, and we'll be seeing live pictures. Well, we've had our share and time to tell our stories. This morning, it is time for the man in the center of everything to tell his story. I remember Professor Chineba Achebe said when his book, Things Fall Apart, he says, until the lions have their own stories, the history of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. Today, the lion will tell his own story. Let me quickly also set the ground rules for this press conference. The CEO, as I said, will address us. There's a prepared speech that he's going to read. After that, we're going to take questions from the media. All of you to keep your questions short, precise, and straight to the point. You are only entitled to one question. Thank you very much. If you agree with me, let's now start the ball rolling. So, without much ado, let me quickly introduce the dignitaries behind the table. Immediate right, it's Samiban. He is the head of radio. Please a round of applause for him. Then we have Nana Apia Mensa. We all call him Nam1. He's the founder and the CEO of Menzgold Group. And then we also have Nanaya Ofe. He's the corporate affairs manager of Menzgold Ghana. And then the last but not the least is Mr. Francis Ejeku Donko, who is a friend and the brother to the CEO. A round of applause for him as well. Thank you very much. My name is Ni Amatefio, and I'm the head of communications for Menzgold, and your moderator as well. I think a round of applause for me as well. Thank you very much. Okay, so let me quickly hand over the microphone to our CEO to address us.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be here today. It feels really good to be back. First of all, let me thank you so much for the job you did, when this whole journey started, with regards to the media, various reportage, issues we faced, my detention in Dubai, my arrival to Ghana, the Interpol red notice, and up to date. I mean, the media has played a very pivotal role in our development and journey so far. And now that I have the opportunity, I think it's very wise. I deem it very wise to commend you highly. Thank you so much. Okay, so we'll go straight to the business of the day, which is the speech. So with your kind indulgence, I would want to read, if you permit me. Thank you for coming to this event, meant to provide you with detailed state of our companies, especially what has bedeviled Menzgold for the past 12 months and the way forward. May I state humbly that this communication is without prejudice. First of all, let me start by praying the Almighty God for grace today and to thank Him gratefully as we count our many blessings. Thank you, God. First of all, let me also take the opportunity to thank the government of Ghana, Ambassador of Ghana to the United Arab Emirates, His Excellency Alhaji Ahmed Ramadan, for the consular services extended to me during my 8-month detention in Dubai. Sir, if you are in the listening range of my voice, I thank you so much. May Allah bless you. I thank the Ghana Police Service for the warm reception and the exhibit of professionalism and the discharge of their duty on my arrival to Ghana on 11 July 2019. I express my greatest form of immense gratitude to the ruler of Dubai, His Royal Highness, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, and His gracious name, the Dubai prosecutions and the Dubai court exhibited the highest form of integrity by boldly upholding the rule of law, handing me justice before the Dubai First Instance and Superior Court in the case number 68807/2018, and acquittal and discharge. May Allah, ever merciful, most compassionate, bless and prosper Dubai forever. Allah Karim. I owe an immense debt of gratitude to the people of Ghana, our legal team abroad and in Ghana, led by Mr. Kwame Buafu Ekufu, my brother and my good friend, who has been resolute, exhibited loyalty and courage in the face of adversity, exhibiting his service and commitment to nothing but the rule of law. Today, I cannot forget to bless the over 1,000 staff of Menzgold Ghana Limited. And of course, Menzgold Global, and that is to the effect of Menzgold UK, Menzgold Lagos, and then Menzgold España. Zylofon Media, Brew Marketing Consult, and all our other companies in Ghana, as well as our families for their reverent support since the unfortunate event of the past few months. To you all I say, you made a good choice which will be well rewarded by God Almighty, especially Mr. Kwame Boafo Ekufo. Like the biblical Moses, you chose to side and share in the affliction of God's people instead of enjoying the temporary pleasures of sin. Sir, thank you so much. May God bless you. I also reserve my biggest gratitude to our cherished Menzgold customers for their continued support, encouragement, loyalty, and prayers through these trying times. Thank you so much. May God and His infinite mercy be merciful and enlarge your coast. Even though I'm still receiving a much needed medical attention, that is swellings, blood clots in my pelvic region and in my knees, with excruciating pains following a past surgical procedure, due to my well-publicized 9-month detention in Dubai and in Ghana. Regardless, I deem it very fit to make this address to the general public, more especially to Menzgold customers in a bid to keep them abreast with the ongoings. Menzgold Ghana Company Limited is a licensed, reputable Ghanaian gold dealership firm with 5 years of impeccable and enviable service delivery and gold trading record globally. It would interest you to know that in the past 5 years, Menzgold Ghana Limited consistently met the demands of its customers, suppliers, and foreign partners who do business with us. But for the force majeure, the regulatory questions raised by the Bank of Ghana and the Securities and Exchange Commission, that is a regulatory intervention of which we respectfully contested and is still before the Ghanaian Court of Law. It is a question of statutory interpretation as to whether or not the trading of our gold collectibles or jewelry and the return of monthly profit on same to traders is deposit taking, deposit mobilization, or trading securities. As to whether or not the export of tons of gold doré bars of very fine percentage purity, with many evidence of inflows in forex via the Bank of Ghana, is a Ponzi scheme. We pray in the just and august Ghanaian court to answer these questions and then to make consequential orders to repair Menzgold damage, if any. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, Menzgold got very successful with its gold dealership business, resulting in the buying of gold, exports, and the produce of fine gold collectibles, which is jewelry, to satisfy the domestic market. This was just an innovative drive in adherence to the government's campaign for Made in Ghana goods. We saw the need to embark on a drive for international expansion in a quest to broaden our market's share size. We saw the opening of some international outlets in Madrid, that is in Spain, London, that is in the United Kingdom, and in Lagos, which is our neighbor, Nigeria. The famous shutdown letter landed our business, staff, customers, and shareholders a catastrophic blow, which sadly led to many very horrific occurrences that brought untold economic hardships to our families, our dear customers, and the staff body of all our companies, many of whom are customers too, due to the reputable nature of our business. To you all who suffered various degrees of upset, being it directly or indirectly, we sincerely share in your pain. With God on our side, we shall soon change this sad Menzgold tale to a very happy narrative, as I grasp a resolve to drive our company from good to great. The Menzgold product line that has been questioned is one that is just an act of innovation characterized by most businesses worldwide. We sought to build a word processor out of a typewriter in our line of business with the hope of being encouraged to create wealth in the face of globalization. While I was in office, I noticed that the 21st century witnesses a blowing wave of globalization, yet our continent, Africa, has seen limited technological innovative advancement, which stifle our economic growth and lame our progress due to lack of will to invest in the difficult task of creating new things. This tends to make companies in Africa fail in the future, no matter how big a company's stated capital is or who is in the helm of affairs. With this background, juxtaposed with my vision and drive to build a business that would surpass our generation, innovation was the only option. As it turned out, with a cease and desist directive from the Securities and Exchange Commission, the need arose for us to mobilize company assets, especially outstanding payments due to our company from several companies and individual buyers in several countries, particularly in the United Arab Emirates, to meet the payment obligations owed to Menzgold traders or customers and other business associates. It was in this regard that I embarked on the pursuit of company asset or debt recovery overseas. In the course of my pursuit, upon my arrival in Dubai on the 7th December 2018, I was framed by one of the companies, Horizon Royal Diamond, which owes our company 750 kilograms of gold valued at $39 million US, believing that Menzgold is doomed for closure due to the unfavorable media reportage and customers' protest in Ghana. Hence, tabled a bogus claim that they have been defrauded by another Ghanaian company, Just Gold Company Limited, with frivolous claims of the Just Gold Limited having associations with our company, which is very false. The subsequent action by the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, to freeze Menzgold and my personal asset further hardened the resolve of some of our debtors who thought Menzgold was a thing of the past. Following my graceful acquittal and discharge in the Dubai Superior Court, the need arose for me to return to Ghana immediately on the call of the Interpol Red Notice to answer criminal charges on the same customer's debt portfolio before the Ghanaian court, the very reason why I went to Dubai in the first place. A call that restrained me from laying claims to the funds I went to the UAE to recoup. All companies worldwide have liabilities in its books, and so do Menzgold. Business in summary is all about owing and being owed. We at Menzgold are committed and do express our willingness to service our debt portfolios to our customers and business associates as soon as we can with a given opportunity. We respectfully pray the Ghanaian authorities to cooperate with us to achieve the following. Number one, to assist us make full recovery of the amount owed Menzgold by Horizon Royal Diamond in Dubai. As an act of good faith, we are willing to engage the Attorney General's office on the best possible way for them to aid Menzgold by employing international law and diplomatic relations to ensure we achieve this objective. Two, to unfreeze our companies and my personal bank account and assets for us to utilize these as vehicles to get productive in order to meet our liabilities owed to our customers and some business associates in our bid to resolve our liabilities immediately. As of now, Real Marketing Consult, Menzgold and I cannot credit or debit any bank account in Ghana. This is why it is highly imperative to consider this kind request, as I believe government shares in our resolve and will do all that which is needful in our quest to satisfy the populace, who are our customers. 3, to clearly give direction as to which government agent or agency has jurisdiction to regulate the activity of gold collectible or jewelry trade in Ghana, just so we can apply for the necessary certifications in order to proceed with our business in a fair and sound manner. As we have publicly demonstrated, we are open to fair supervision and are opposed to no supervision, misconceived supervision, or supervision with malicious intent. respectfully. The founders of PayPal, Elon Musk and co., set out to create a new internet currency to replace the US dollar. Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg's first product was designed to get his classmates signed up, not the Earth's population. Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp's Uber started only to supplement the taxi fleet in San Francisco. Brian Chesky, Joe and Nathan started Airbed and Breakfast as a means to rent out an unused space in their abode to get income to supplement a deficit for a pending event. Evan Spiegel, Bobby and Reggie started what came to be known today as Snapchat, as sending naughty, disappearing fan photos when they were all students at Stanford University. America's media called it Sexting app. Jeff Bezos started Amazon as a digital bookstore in a garage. Was heckled by the big players in the book retailing business. Jack Ma fought through and achieved Alibaba in China, and the list goes on. All of these innovative breakthroughs had regulatory questions, suffered bad press. Uber and Airbed and Breakfast particularly have suffered global protests. Travis Kalanick, founder and first CEO of Uber, especially, fought many regulatory and legal battles. Today, these great innovative companies are pillars of the great Silicon Valley, receiving global tribute for the United States of America. These are just symptoms of disruptive business ideas. Menzgold is today characterized by its same trait, and I have no doubt in my mind that our company is on the path to greatness and global prominence. If these three propositions are reviewed and considered, we shall confidently proceed to make the necessary arrangements to start paying our customers immediately under my watch. This I say with my personal guarantee. While my detention in Dubai was harrowing, daunting, terrific, and horrific experience, I am grateful to God because I feel very refined. It has made me older than my age as we grow in our experiences and not in years. I am fulfilled and ready for greater exploit. Highly motivated to add up to our previous gain. I am happy about the disruption, a key trait about a successful business prospect in this information age is the ability to scale. As Mario Andretti, a champion car racer, rightly put it, if everything is under control, you are just not going fast enough. Zylofon Media is an entertainment business. It's an entertainment media business built upon technical expertise such as creating, composing, storytelling, and performance. It's also built on innovation, just like Menzgold, employing technology to develop new breakthroughs in art, traditional and digital media products. Tomorrow, would witness a Zylofon media that can be described as a multifunctional media in the digital space, which would cater for a wide variety of international interests and needs. It would comfort you to note that the Zylofon media is not just another media firm, respectfully. We are a media and art technology company. Our competitors are not in Ghana. They are far away in the Silicon Valley, California. To you, I say, ants that unite can beat an elephant. Admittedly, we have made some pretty good losses. Yes, we are happy about our losses having been a disruptive art and media business. We wear our loss as a badge of honor. Our loss depicts our grand ambition. By natural law, you have to go through a thunderstorm to see the rainbow. Our eyes are still set on a colorful rainbow. We shall succeed. Brew Marketing Consult Company Limited is a marketing company, a commodity broker of a sort which works for commissions by merchants selling and buying leads. I encourage companies worldwide with marketing needs in Ghana and Africa to take advantage of Brew Marketing's great professional marketing prowess, as the company did for Menzgold, resulting in Menzgold's mighty growth. To the staff body of all our companies, I couldn't have been more proud of you for standing resolute in the face of adversity. I encourage you to continue to stand strong as we navigate the path of soon meeting up the demands of our cherished customers. To our Menzgold customers, we note that you have experienced an increased level of anxiety and concern, but have been extremely understanding and patient with us through these trying times. We continue to recognize and respect your sacrifice. Please remember that your patience and support for us is not an entitlement, but something we earned by the way we worked with you diligently over the past years. I can assure you that it will pay off favorably soon. Together, we are very conscious of our responsibilities towards you, our cherished, esteemed customers, and we will do everything we can to individually and collectively meet your expectations. To the government of Ghana, we applaud you for not sparing the rod and spoiling the child. We've got your message. We've grown and are ready to accept and take up responsibility, if any. I want to reiterate that I do not seek political office or power. My goal towards contributing for the good of Ghana and Africa is missionary and not mercenary. Clearly, my willingness to be misunderstood is the basis of our many criticisms and the exercise of brute force and skewed media reportage witnessed against our outfit in the last 12 months. I am an entrepreneur and I remain as such. Last but not the least, to the many Ghanaian and African youths, as well as the agents who believe in me and the NAM mission, we shall continue to contribute to those in authority for creation of the new Ghana and the new Africa for the new Ghanaian and the new African, in the new African socio-economic front. I am well aware that many of you crave African prosperity. So do I. To you all I ask, the Egyptian who conceived the idea of the pyramid and actually built it was an African, had the same natural abilities we have with less access to information than we do today, yet succeeded in building not just one pyramid, but 3 or more. So then I ask, which African today will build the next Egyptian pyramid? Ghana shall prosper. Africa will be great again. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your time. God bless you.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir, and thank you too for listening. It's time for the questions, and as I indicated earlier, we're going to take 3 questions at a go, and then we'll allow them to answer all 3, and then we'll come back again to take another round, and then we'll answer. We are taking 10 questions from the media. So please, if you raise up your hand, I will call you, then you march up to the microphone here, and then you ask your questions. Please, precise, short. Yes, Peace FM, sir, come in. Please, if I haven't called you, don't come forward. If I haven't called you, don't come. Please stand there. TV3, please come. The last one. I need print, media, print. Daily guide, daily guide. Okay. Please take the microphone whether it's working. Then you can ask the question. Is it working? Okay, let me give you mine. I wonder whether I can ask 3 in 1 short. 1. your name, the media house, and then ask your question.
Let me do 2 in 1. Very short, within a matter of 30 seconds. Okay, my name is Obim, and I'm from Peace FM. First and foremost, and I would like to know how you escaped to Dubai. And then also, you have given a summary of everything that happened. But the question really that your customers and the people of Ghana want to know, because it appears you are tying your ability to pay your customers to government decision, which is may or may not happen. So if it doesn't happen, what happens to your customers?
Thank you. Next question. So what's the question? The first one, how he...
Oh no, the first question was how he was able to escape to Dubai.
Because the first one is understood, but the second one, it wasn't the question.
The second one,
it appears as
no, you set out 3 conditions which you want government to deal with.
Yes.
And one of them was to defreeze your assets on your bank account and all those things. Because on the basis of that, if it happens though, then you'll be able to make progress in terms of ability to pay your customers. And I'm saying that if that doesn't happen, that means that your customers are obviously going to lose out. So that's the question.
Okay, good morning. My name is Melvin from Daily Guide. I want to know how you feel, because since the Menzgold thing started, some people have linked it to fraud. How do you feel as a person you see you're a great businessman or a prime businessman, and people are saying you have undertaken a fraudulent deal? How do you feel about that? And then secondly, when exactly are you going to pay the people? Because as you said, if they don't pay, if government doesn't help you, or if Dubai people don't pay, it means the people are not going to get that money back.
Thank you. Yes.
Online is many my work for media general. You have made 3 propositions to the state that if these conditions are met, that's when you will be able to pay the customers that you owe. One, I want to find out from you, the state says that you owe about 1.6 billion or so, thereabout. Let's hear from you. How many customers do you owe, and in terms of money, how much do you owe them? And do you ascribe to the suggestion by the Ministry of Finance that some of your customers were greedy?
Thank you. Over to you, sir.
It's not being made of Peace FM, right? Yes, I'll take yours first. So your first question was, how did I escape how did I escape to Dubai? Okay, it would interest you and everybody, all and sundry here, to note that I did not escape from Ghana to Dubai. I went to Dubai. I didn't even go to Dubai first. I went overseas. So I went to certain places in Africa, all in the pursuit of debt recovery, company assets, Menzgold assets. And then I went from there to Europe, and then I went to Asia. And I did not escape. And also, I would want to put it on record that Nana Appiah Mensah, did not jump bail. Okay? First of all, the Yoko invitation and let's say the bill, the self-recognizance bill that was granted me, did not have, it wasn't tied to a travel ban. Okay, it wasn't tied to a travel ban. Number 2, the day before I would depart, I don't want to commit anybody to anything, but the day before I would depart, I informed the Yoko. As a matter of fact, we can check Yoko's record. Okay, I signed in at their front desk. I visited Yoko the day before I departed our jurisdiction. So I did not escape Ghana to Dubai or any, where in the world. So I'll leave it at that. Then your second question was, if the propositions that we have tabled are not met, does it mean that our customers will languish in, poverty or hardship, till eternity? It is no, okay? Because I believe, I don't want to say we, but I believe that government shares in our resolve to ensure that every single customer gets paid. This I'm sure they do. Nobody has told me, but I'm sure they do, because this is a very responsible government who are committed, to discharge their welfare obligation to the good people of Ghana under the social contract that we signed with them, proud to their coming to office. So I'm very confident in this government that they would, they share in our resolve to ensure that every customer gets paid under their welfare, obligation or duty towards the people of Ghana. And so they would listen, consider, and probably, grant it. However, on the flip side, we have a difficulty, because as it stands right now, I'm sure we all know, it is no news that I'm before the court, the Ghanaian court, answering criminal charges. Among the charges is a money laundering charge. And so therefore, it's important that if I have money anywhere, and I said I'm using F, economic, if I have money anywhere, I would have to come through the system, okay? And when I say system, I mean through the central bank. You have to come bank wire through the central bank, and the central bank will look at it and send it to the local bank, and then we can draw by check, and then we can make payment. If anything less than that, would give credence to the money laundering allegation, which, I am contesting or refuting, before the Honorable Court. And so therefore, it is highly imperative that government looks at this, and in the interest of the populace, in our country, and decide, what they deem fit, under the circumstance. So that's that for your question, Mr. Obemi, of Peace FM. Then, Daily Guide. Sorry, sir, I didn't get your name because I was right. Melvin. Boss, Mr. Melvin. Okay, so your first question. How do I feel about the fraud tag? Okay. Well, it sounds, it's okay, I am a believer, okay, and even Jesus Christ had his fair share, of persecution, in quote, so it's okay. I seek the approval of God, and not that of men. So it's all right. But I think my conduct, the fruit is what will determine the tree. So it's all right. My eye is focused, is fixed on the ball, and I'm determined to kick it into the net. So that is where, my focus is right now. So it's all right. Then the second question was, when exactly are we going to pay the people? So I think this is tied to the issue of unfreezing the bank account and the asset. We cannot make any payment as to our business associates or our customers, like when our assets, and then the bank account especially, I'm not even too worried about the asset, but the bank account especially, if it's still frozen, then we are, we have a difficulty. So we are praying humbly, we are lying prostrate, and then, if you like, we are on our knees. They should look at it, respectfully, and take a decision on it. So when the account is opened, we would immediately make arrangement, just as I indicated in my speech. We would immediately make arrangement, and then that would include meeting the customers, leadership, broad consultation, coming up with a feasible or realistic schedule, and then once we have consensus, we would communicate. So this is what we have, this is what we're planning. Kwabena, right? Of TV3. Your question was, how many customers do we owe and how many customers are involved? Respectfully, I would, because we are before a court of law and these are issues of fact. Now the court, the prosecutions, which is the police, they are alleging a certain figure. We are contesting that figure and we do not have to harm them, so with respect, I would want to decline comment on this. But in due course, when it is time for us to, make payment, I'm sure with the customer's consent, because this also borders on privacy. So I'm sure with the customer's consent, if we need to publish it in the dailies, why not? We will not hesitate at all, we will do that. Then, the last one, do you ascribe to the school of thought, that things that the customers were greedy? I do not. And I'll just leave it at that. I do not. They weren't greedy at all. They were not greedy. So I do not ascribe to that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. And please, kindly keep your questions precise and straight to the point. Boss, yes, is that, then please come. Then Favor. Then one print. Let me get one print. I have radio, I have TV. Print from where? Searchlight. Okay, then please come here and answer because of camera. One at a time. Okay.
Thank you very much. My name is Favor Nono. I work for the police. Favor Nono.
Favor Nono. BBC.
So what we know is that most of your clients have connected the monies that you're expecting from Dubai to the fact that they may get their investments back. Now the question is that when are you expecting to be able to retrieve these finances from Dubai and to be able to pay your customers? The court in Dubai established timelines for you to be able to retrieve these monies, or it is open to negotiations with this company. You do mention that you expect that government should be able to support you with international lawyers to go after this. So the question is, when are you able to get this money in your accounts to be able to send to your customers?
Thank you. Next person, please.
All right, my name is Arnold Menzgold on Zylofon FM and 575. I've got 2 in 1 questions. The first one, is Menzgold a Ponzi scheme? The second one, Securities and Exchange Commission gave you a directive to shut down the gold vault and pay your customers. Why did you shut down the gold vault and not pay the customers? Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Mr. Benson.
Yes, sir.
Your name? My name is Nanabuku from Daily Searchlight, Nanabuku. I think the book about what is happening now is about licensing. Now you have made it emphatically clear that you have acquired all the legal documents pertaining to your business. Can you show a copy or copies to the press or to the Ghanaian public or to the world that indeed you have all the legal documents that you are working with? And my second question, please. The man in Dubai, I don't know the name, it's a long name, who allowed the security agencies to incarcerate you. Now that you have come out, that the claim was making against you were false. What are you going to do? Are you going to take legal action against him, or you're just going to leave you off the hook? Thank you.
Please, let's ask only one question, please. It's very important. Okay, over to you, sir.
Mr. Favor Nono of BBC. So you want to know when we are collecting, the money that is owed to us in Dubai, the UAE. Just as I indicated in my statement, right after I won the case, the judges in the Dubai Superior Court ruled the case in my favor. The next thing would have been to do the necessary arrangements and or file the necessary applications and whatnot, just so I can recover the money, and then still come back to the propositions that, one of the propositions that we have, tabled for government, write to government, and then plead with them to find a way to unfreeze our account just so it can be transferred. Because the invoice we furnished them, the account on it, is Menzgold, and Menzgold account has been so. But for the Interpol red notice, as soon as I left, the criminal, as soon as the first criminal proceeding was done, the Interpol red notice kicked in. So I was still under detention. So I couldn't do any of this. So now that I'm home, it's important that I show my customers and shareholders, patrons, and then the whole Ghanaians, the general public, respect, by briefing them as to what exactly transpired, from my perspective. And then thereafter, we will sit with the lawyers and then engage the Attorney General's office, so we can pursue, that amount. So we're hoping that that would be done as soon as possible. However, that is not the only asset our company has. So that is not a do or die or make or break, But so we would hold on to other assets that we have, just so we'll be able to adequately meet our liabilities to our customers. So this is my position on that. So, and then you also asked as to whether the court gave timelines. No, there were no timelines attached. Then Mr. Arnold Mensah of 5 in 5, right? A Zylofon FM. You want to know as to whether Menzgold is a Ponzi scheme. Menzgold is not a Ponzi scheme. Let me use this opportunity to shed light, more light, on the operations. I'm sure this is a reference to the gold collectible trade and not our gold export and then our assaying and smelting and assaying. Now, the gold collectible trade was a platform that we created, our creation, and I mentioned innovation when I was speaking. So we own the proprietary, to the gold trading platform. It's a platform that has a lot of, buying buys, so many buys, and then it has a lot of around the world, and then it has a lot of sellers, which is the traders, which they are collectible. All right. So we only own the platform. It is our creation, So we own the platform. So it is just like Accra Mall, for example. You have a product you want to sell. You do not have you don't know where to find a seller, and so you go to Accra Mall and then you go and then apply for space just so you can bring your product then come and sell. So a customer owns his gold collectible, all right, comes to Menzgold and says that I want to trade my gold collectible on your platform because the platform is ours. So we need to have royalties, we need to get paid, and this is why they pay us commissions. So they pay for commission, we accept, and then we give them receipts, narrating the transaction history on the receipt. Then we accept the gold, and then we sign a contract, and it is the contract that regulates our relationship. And in the contract states what should be done in case of breach, all right? After we put the gold, we subject the gold to our platform. All right, and then we have buyers on the platform. So the product that we have placed on our platform meets a buying lead. So somebody buys it. We make profit of having accepted the commission, which is the royalty. We also make profit on the customer's gold that they have placed on the platform. All right, and gold, we have huge demand. So there is constant demand. So every week we are able to sell the customer's gold. All right, restock, and then come and sell again. But at the end of the month, because the contract says that we're supposed to be paying them returns at the end of the month, we only give them 1 out of the 4. And then the 3, because we are doing the trade, the 3 becomes, our profit or our benefit. Let me say benefit or reward. So this is what it is. It is not a Ponzi scheme, but it is just an innovative drive. You know, today's internet market is where the owners of platforms like Alibaba, like eBay, like what's it called, Amazon, and all owns a platform, and then they match selling lead to a buying lead, and then they make money. So it was just an innovative drive. It was just an innovation, something, our creation. And you know, people would contest what they do not know. Around the world, there is a huge debate as to whether ghosts exist or not. Because none of us have seen a ghost, there is a contest. A school of thought believes ghosts exist. A school of thought believes it does not exist. So naturally, human beings would contest what they do not know. But we do, because this is our proprietary. We have the technical expertise when it comes to gold. You might be a lawyer, and a good one for that matter, but that doesn't make you a good businessman. You can be a business professor, you know, in Harvard or Yale business school, all right? But when venture capitalists put money in your hands to go do business, that doesn't mean you can be a successful businessman. So we need to promote mutual respect. Okay, so this is what it is. This is my take on the gold collectible trade. If we all see things from different perspectives, my 4-year-old, all right, would not just conclude that an animal, you know, is a duck by just watching the way he walks or the way he swims. My 4-year-old Penel will not do that, all right? We do not have to, you know, draw assumptions and then conclusions based on, you know, our mental dispositions and our primary and secondary socialization. We need to attack the fact, you know, especially when our integrity, you know, are on board. Today, the telcos in Ghana, they do mobile transfers, but originally they were given a license to do telecommunication business. You get it? Today the real estate industry is not regularized, but tomorrow it would be. So at every given time in human history, innovation precedes regulation. So if we have gotten innovative, we are not opposed to, you know, regulation. We welcome regulation, but we expect fair regulation, you know, in accordance with the rule of law. So Menzgold is not a Ponzi scheme. Thank you so much. Gave us a directive that we should shut down the gold. We should shut down the gold vote market, which is the trading platform that we have created. A platform that has the customer's gold, you know, the selling prospect, you know, and with the buying leads that we are supposed to match just so we make the sales and then be able to pay the customers. The SEC asked us to shut that down and then still pay the customers. That is tantamount to telling the shops in Accra Mall, all right, to shut down, yet the shops there should be making sales. It doesn't add up, you know. It is like going to a Mercedes-Benz. You go to a Mercedes-Benz shop, garage, and then you tell them you want a fleet of Mercedes-Benz for car rental business, but you want it on credit. So you do down payment, and then they give you 5 Mercedes-Benz to go and then run car rental business, just so every month you would come and then be servicing the debt. You take the cars, you start the business. Every month you pay, you service the debt. Then you receive a letter from Mercedes telling you that, or you receive a letter from, let's say, a car regulator telling you that stop renting the cars, yet keep paying the money to Mercedes-Benz. Well, I thought this was a demonstration of a certain deficit in the understanding of our exact, you know, business. So we would go back and then furnish them with, you know, more further and better particulars, just so the executives can probably, you know, look at it, and if they think we can create an industry out of our gold collectible trade, they would forward, you know, some draft, you know, to the legislature, and then possibly we can have a statute or an act, and then it becomes an industry which will promote and advance the cause of our economic prospect. Thank you. my last answer can also answer this, should be able to cater for this question. However, let me just give it a small shot. As of now, we own a minerals commission license that directs us to do two main things: to buy gold on one arm, on one leg, and then to export gold on another leg. So we hold a minerals commission license. That makes us a gold dealer, okay, a reputable one for that matter. However, we got innovative, with our gold, because we thought there is a huge market gap as to domestic consumption, and it is important that we satisfy, we do not have to be, and of course the government, keeps promoting that we need to do value addition, we need to add value to our produce, and then we can satisfy, domestic market. So we thought we can buy gold, and then we can export gold. But we do not export all the gold. We still have some gold durables left. Why don't we do value addition to it and then put it up for sale so we can make profit? So it would interest you to note that we're buying gold 7.75 grams at, let's say, how much we're buying? 1,200. And then we had the technology, all right, to be able to process it and then made it to the finished product you see with the packaging and all that. So let's say cost price is, the manufacturing price is like 300 more, so that comes to 1,500. But we're selling one at 2,000, so we make profit off, the 500, out of which we pay our broker or retailer, which is Brew Marketing Consult. I think 3%. They take 3% on, so we pay them the 3%. So that 500 Ghana, we put it on the side. Okay, thank you.
Do one more. Okay.
We just, in short, just as I indicated in our statement, we sought to produce a word processor, out of a typewriter, or we sought to produce lemonade out of lemon. This is what we did. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. So,
wait, one more.
Okay.
Yes, those who caused who filed that claim in Dubai, that filed claim in Dubai and caused my detention. The lawyers are reviewing. Our Emirati lawyers are still reviewing, so I'm yet to get an advice. But I would definitely, press charges and then seek the necessary reparations.
GTV, please. City, and then the print. Joy. Multi-TV, please, come forward. GTV, City, and Multi-TV, or Joy? Okay.
My name is Abdul Rahman from GTV. First, I would like to know I'd like to know the net worth of, my name is Abdul Rahman, GTV. Okay, I'd like to know the net worth of the company, what you have currently, or at best if you can tell me what you were having before the regulators started to hunt you. And secondly, in the last bit of your speech, you said you thanked the regulators for not sparing the rod, the government. Is that an admittance that Menzgold was doing the wrong thing and thereby the government stood up to correct it? Thank you.
Please, let's stick to the rules. One question, please. One. Okay.
My name is Samson Ajuman. I work with City FM City. I guess your customers might not be that happy. Samson Ajuman from City FM City. When there was a payment schedule, they didn't get their money. Now you are asking government to do certain things before you can pay them. When your lawyer wrote to the Attorney General, it was very clear that there was a need for, and that we had agreed that government would be a trustee in that said document. Clarify if that is true or not. The customers have severally asked that there be a three-group committee, including government, Menzgold, and the customers. from what you told us today, nothing really includes the customers. So how are you involving the customers in all this? And then finally, you clarify the fact that Menzgold is not a Ponzi scheme. There's also the conspiracy theory that some people are working to destroy you. From the facts available to you, how true or false is this?
One question, please. Okay. My name is Maxwell. I work with John Family and John, I should say. Yes, yeah, Maxwell. Yeah. Okay, I stepped out a little, so I'm not sure my question has been asked. But coming to this press conference, I think the theme for everybody was that we're going to hear clear timelines being given as and when customers of Menzgold should expect their deposits. I've had a lot of interactions with customers of the company, and some of them bedridden actually, who are hoping that you'll be released from the custody of the Dubai police and then the Ghana police subsequently, so that you'll be able to make payments. They are saying that until you're released, the monies are not going to come. Now you've been released. I'm sure a lot of them would want to hear clear timelines, as in expected in November, expected in December, expected this year, January. When should we expect the money? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Please stop the muttering. Everybody has an opinion as the question. Please. Okay, thank you very much. Over to you, sir. Please.
Questions have to be assessed before they come. Yes, they are legal men.
Brothers, thank you so much. My brother Abdurrahman of GTV, I'll take yours first. You want to know the net worth of Menzgold before and after. That's also an information that we cannot divulge, owing to the fact that we have several criminal proceedings. Okay, so but in due course, we really have to, you can trust and be rest assured that we would. The second one was, government. Yeah, I said we thank the government for not sparing the rod and spoiling the child. Do you take that as an admission of guilt? No, that is not an admission of guilt. If it were, I'm sure the judiciary is also government, and this is, the judiciary is also government. So if there is an admission of guilt, I think the appropriate place to have done it would have been the Chamber of Justice, which was before the court of law. When I went before them, that's supposed to pull your legs. But it's not an admission of guilt. But the point here is that every human being is fallible. Maybe we have, from where they sit, maybe there were certain omissions and commissions that we, are not privy to, which necessitated certain actions and inactions that they took. So, no matter, what we do, there are fathers and there are mothers in the hem of affairs. And so therefore, we are still subject to them. And so yes, in as much as it is not admission of guilt, we still thank them, and if you like, I would reiterate it. We thank them for, pruning us, and making us refined and the best that we can possibly be. Then, my brother Hansen from CTFM. Yes, you want to know as to whether it is true or false that government, we have agreed with government for them to be a trustee to the pending amounts that we need to recoup from Dubai. It is not the case, okay, except that the letter that you referred us to was just like I'm doing right now, was a proposition, was a proposed suggestion, more or less that Kwame, our very capable lawyer, in conjunction with all the international, lawyers did to the Ghanaian government. So I'm sure they are still, and today I've also added my voice to it. So I'm sure they are still reviewing, and in due course, just as I said, we will engage the AG's office. Once we're set, they will let us know, what they can do and what they cannot do. But what is certain is that we'll definitely, find solution to the pending teasing matter. Thank you. Then you talked about customer committee. I thought when I was speaking just a moment ago, I said we will do broad consultation, we engage customers leadership. In fact, even the schedule, we would have to build consensus. So customers would be at the center, at the heart, when we get to that point. Then the conspiracy theory as to people wanting to destroy me, as to whether it is true or false. Well, what I know is that everybody wants to catch the star, in the sky. Everybody wants to, have the better things in of this world. So life in itself is a struggle. My mother tells me all the time, like growing up, that life is war, and especially when you're a man. And so therefore, I will not, disregard and sit here and see everybody in the whole world wishes me well. However, I think, having come this far, all things work together for good, to those that love God and to those who are called according to His purpose. And whatever happens in this life, if God doesn't permit it, it doesn't happen. And so in all things, I give glory to God. I pray that if, certain persons or elements, whether local or international, are working and conspiring for my fall, I pray they repent and accept Jesus Christ. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And the last one of a question.
Sorry, Maxwell, my brother Maxwell from Joy News. The timelines. I think this is tied to the fact that we cannot access money. We just can't access money. We can't, do without the bank account. Especially when we have money laundering allegations. So once that is done, once we engage government, whatever decision they take, and we would also get to the customers' leadership, and then we would all judge and then do consensus building, then agree on timelines that would be of mutual benefit. So we'll definitely, publish the timelines, but we'll need you to be just a little bit patient. My brother Maxwell, thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Bedroom Media. You want to know as to whether I have regretted in investing in the entertainment industry. I have not. I cannot. It was a business decision. And, we believe, I do not believe, or I do not do businesses that, you start today and then you reap tomorrow. I am, with respect, and not to sound boastful, like a generational, sort of. So, everything you have seen with Zylofon, every step, everything, but for the freeze and then, the unfortunate issues in the past few months that's been before us, all right, every other thing is calculated, and it is to achieve a certain positive effect. So we are hopeful, and just as I indicated in my speech, hopefully soon in the future, you will see a well, vibrant digital Zylofon media that would have global, effect. Thank you. Then Lord from Ghana Web, you want to know as to what is the meaning. You want to know as to whether I've regretted with the industry. I think I just answered that. So I would go to the second question. You also want to know the meaning of Aurum Utalium. Okay. Aurum Utalium is gold, is referred to gold Doriba. Okay? When we say gold Doriba, gold that is not 100%, that hasn't got 100% aurum. Okay, aurum is gold, pure gold. That is 24 karat gold, which is 99.99999. Now, so when you see Aurum Utalium, what it means is that it is gold of a certain percentage purity or carat, and then a foreign matter. And that foreign matter could be silver, it could be copper, it could be, any of the metals. Now, we sign a contract, okay, with people that we do business with, and then we say we are selling Aurum, the commodity description or the commodity specification is Aurum Utalium. The percentage purity is 93 or 92%, and then the carat is 22 carat plus. All right, and then somebody says, puts respectfully their ignorance on display, reads Google, which is not, okay, it's somebody's company, so reads information from somewhere, which is not gospel, okay, and then makes a huge fuss or propaganda out of it. It is unfair. Now, today, Snap is somebody's brand, okay, and it is, the inspiration was taken from Snapchat. Today, Snap has been incorporated into the English dictionary. Previously, Snap was not, all right, but following Snapchat. So now, in a place of video me, everybody says Snap me. Now today, in the absence of send me a message, we say WhatsApp me. Language is organic. And every language, every word was once just a jargon. So when it comes to my field of trade, in our local parlance, there's this joke, say, Obi anyine di memo brofo. Inti ne say on tia. I was obisa, onyima, I was obisa. Now in the gold dealership, let's say industry, the world over. If anybody wants to describe gold Doriba, they say it's Aurum Utalium. Now, I cited a text that says that it is a word that is often used by, it says what? Aurum Utalium is so often used by criminals. Now, let's pay attention to so often. Okay, I believe this is English, everyday English. So and I'm sure you, the media, even understand it better than some of us do. Aurum Utalium is so often used by criminals who distribute fake gold. Now, so often, when we say something is so often used by somebody, what it means is that some persons uses it, but this person uses it more. So it doesn't mean it is flawed or it is fake. Now, it goes on to say that fake gold who offer 1,000 kilograms of gold. Now, no gold dealer would say 1,000, no proper gold dealer or a better intellectual text on gold, all right, will say 1,000 kilos. The SI unit for gold is in kilograms, ounces, grams, and then kilos, and then tons. So, if this is an authoritative academic or intellectual text, all right, it would have been offers 1 ton, and not 1,000 kilograms. sometimes 5,000 kilograms. They wouldn't have written, but they would have written 5 tons. So I see this is coming from somebody that has been a victim of the 90% or 99% gold fraud around the world. That I, have been a victim. I've been detained for, what's it called? 8 months in Dubai for no wrongdoing. Okay, and then it goes on to say the abbreviation AU means Orum. All right, and nothing else. There is no such word in Latin, and there never was a Latin word for Orum. So I ask you, prior to the incorporating of a word like snap into the English dictionary, was there a word like snap? Today we say, and not just snap, there are several other. With time we can do the research and then bring it to the fore. There are so many words that weren't, but today they are, and this is language. So disregard, the misconception, spell it. It is just something that was orchestrated by certain persons who do not have, the fact. Thank you. The second question was from Awa, my brother Awa from Hot FM. You want to know steps we are taking to unfreeze our assets. The first step is what I have done, appealing to the authorities, because we believe in diplomacy. All right, law, yes, is the cement of society. That is what holds society compact. However, laws are made for men and not the other way around. So we believe, appealing to government or those in authority first, going on our knees and saying, making a good case as to why XYZ should be done is more appropriate than locking horns, but in a court of law. However, because when two elephants fight, it is the grass and then those that are beneath it that surface. So this is the first step, first humble call. We have appealed. We would go and then further, appeal some more. If for some reason, if the decision is not favorable and we disagree, we would express our disagreement by filing an application, resorting to the court of law to seek the appropriate redress. So that's my take on that. Then Jerry Wonder, those who believe in Zylofon media and then wants to pursue a career, where dreaming of pursuing a career with Zylofon media, I have news for you. Your aspirations, your visions, and then your desires are not your hopes are not dashed. There will be a better Zylofon media tomorrow, but first, we want to cater for our cherished, customers, and then we will revamp Zylofon media. And you are welcome because we operate an open door system, so you're always welcome. We would love to partner, to work, and then to grow with you. Thank you. And we have one from
Metro TV.
Then we have Bodo, right? My sister from Metro TV. What is the next step for Menzgold Ghana? Is it going to be a thing of the past? No, it is not. But this is why it is part of, the proposals or the propositions that we're making to government. There has been a huge contention. We say we have a license, and then we think we belong to the school of thought that believes that we have a license, we just got innovative. It is a gray area. It probably has a semblance of securities, but it is not. What looks like a tree or what looks like a duck, it is not a duck. It is probably a seahorse or an ostrich, So we want them to kindly, direct us to the appropriate quarters, if any, appropriate state agent or agency. We are not opposed to supervision at all. In fact, the only way to stay in your track and then not to lose focus is to be supervised, is to be regulated. All right, we want to grow. We want to build a business that will surpass our generation. want to build a business that would improve the economic prospect of this country. We want to build a business that would take Africa to the world. We want to build a business that, would change Africa's narrative. It's been 3 decades since the advent of the internet from intranet. Africa, really today, when I came back, I have seen some great, internet businesses. I think I saw Drop-In. I commend you guys. You are doing a good job. I think the Drop-In is an answer to, the great Silicon Valley's Uber. And then I've seen another one. I don't want to publicize them. We'll throw our weight behind the Ghanaian one, which is the Drop-In. That's a fantastic, job some young guys like ourselves have done. So we'll throw our weight behind them and then push them to succeed. It's been 3 decades, 30 years. Amazon and all these companies, Uber, eBay, they started from the advent of the internet, from 1990s, 92, 93, thereabout, when there was the internet booming, California, the great Silicon Valley. Today, the Silicon Valley has become a domain, for internet businesses. And then all around the world, we pay tribute to America through these businesses. So people are in South Africa. Today we have Uber here in Ghana. Uber is far away in, Silicon Valley. Yahoo, Google, all those businesses are there. Now we use them here, and then we pay for their services. And all that goes to America, and that makes America great. Don't get me wrong, I love America, but it is important that we also take the bull by the horn. If we want to, indeed, create a new African story. If we want to be respected, want to be accorded with respect, we want to be accorded, with dignity, it is important that we invest in the difficult task of creating new things. It is usually very cumbersome to do it. It comes with a cost. A lot of falling and getting up, but it is not impossible. It is a road that is leading to prosperity, and that is exactly what Africa needs, just so we can clinch or, win ourselves away from the clutches of poverty. So we would pursue, and then we would, with God on our side, I know we will succeed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Number 1 of applause. That's the end of the question, so I will ask you to
put much of his attention on. Customers' expectation is just to get their money, and they will have to prove, to the benefit of the doubt, that as a young man of him and as we youth who has also gotten that courage to invest in this company, will not be denied of our investment rights and what we deserve for. All I will also have to say is that we would have had a lot of questions to ask, but it touched a lot of areas. And for that matter, as urgent as possible, as he may be able to offer, should be done quick, so that whatever relationship or whatever that needs to be done with government, so that customers will get paid in the shorter time, is what we customers are here to see. And that is all. Thank you.
Yeah, you are right. Most of the questions you have asked, Mr. Timo, I've said most of them. What I want to chat more, apart from the fact that I'm a Menzgold customer, I'm also a non-mission at Takwa, and I can see my man Doji here. I want you to touch on non-mission. What plans do you have to expand non-mission? Because Takwa now, you started meetings, but we are not hearing anything from you. I would advise you expand non-mission program to Takwa. Thank you.
interacting, with the press, but it is even more delightful interacting with customers, because you have made us who we are today as a business and as individuals. If you hadn't reposed confidence in us in the first place, our business would have traveled on a road that leads nowhere. So we appreciate you, and I'm happy, to meet you. Now, my sister Sewa, you talked about you want to know the lessons that I have learned. Well, life in itself is it's a learning curve. So, but you want to know just three. So if I want to talk about my lessons, then maybe we might end up spending 2, 3, 4, or even more hours here. However, you want to know 3, so let me just deal with the 3. I have learned, and I would just gift it out, on this special day to aspiring entrepreneurs, that consensus building is critical. Whether you are right or wrong, it's highly imperative that you resort to consensus building. And this is why today, we are appealing to government. So it is great to build consensus. Then number 2, don't be too willing to be misunderstood. Prior to this point, I thought it's actually great, when you're going right and then people think you're going left. It's great because you see, it prevents or avoids competitors, So there were a lot of misconceptions about our business, but we didn't bother to come out and then, educate the public, because they wanted to keep enjoying. Mr. Fair, for example, was very, bold and very assertive anytime in our meetings. When a PR, brings it up, that they want to do public education, you see, he would go like, no, he wants to keep enjoying his monopoly. So we were too willing to be misunderstood. And I think this is what has brought us this far. Henceforth, we will speak up, we would educate, we would inform, and then take more feedback. And then lastly, there is no power on earth, whether above, on this earth, below, in the sea, in the realms, mightier than God. So let us accept Christ. These are the 3 key lessons that I would want to share, with you. Thank you, sir. Then, my boss, my boss Timothy, a proud customer, and I hear you are president. Mr. President, I salute you. I'll see him. We are happy, and then we have taken your contribution or suggestion and good, faith. However, I just want to situate one statement you made, properly. That doesn't mean I disagree with you, but I just want to situate it. You said we are relying, you customers are relying on Menzgold, and Menzgold is also relying on government. No. You are relying on us, and we are relying on you because we are partners. Okay? So we take a decision as partners, and then we can go to government and say that, our father, the father of the nation, can you please help us accomplish A, B, C, D? So we are partners. We are with you, like we are the same. We are in the same bracket. Okay, so this is just situating the statement proper. Then the non-mission, apart from being business and then business executive and whatnot, we believe in giving back to society. So the non-mission, I'm a philanthropist too. So the non-mission would continue, just like I indicated in my statement. We want to know the plans that we have. Once we settle the customers, once every customer gets settled and they are happy, and then possibly with the right certifications, if any, we get back to business. Now mission would see regional offices. In fact, we started, but for what happened, we had to, set our priorities right. So now mission will see regional offices, and we would commit a part of our profit, to helping the authorities or government to solve some of the basic, needs that our country have. So the now mission would proceed, we would soldier on. Thank you so much, Onyenejan, as part of our corporate social responsibility. Thank you. Now, respectfully, Mr. Moderator, right? I would want us to, with respect to the media and everybody gathered here and now, that we stand up and then observe 1 minute silence for our departed, brothers and sisters. May their souls rest in perfect peace, as God in His infinite mercy accept them in His bosom. Thank you.
Amen.
Let's resume our seats.
Let's resume our seats. Thank you. So we'll do the tree quickly.
Hey, sorry.
Okay, you will do it.
Okay. With the best now, young funny say about chasing, please don't bear with us now. We're quickly now. And when you say because the young tears 7 and now 80, I said you're quiet, you was never on the subeti. Yamaka is a man candy and Quana or Papa Dina. Okay, into the Ayakan, you say, I'm Brazil. The Jumana ye Sebi, Yane Ajin say, Sebi, Yadi Kobobi Chrono, send a tete or radio so. If you for Sebi, a bit to me, I will buy, they will see a more fun on Union, almost become a bet now. Casanoma, as a car says, Sebi me a cron 4, men, we don't go for CK Johnny. And me a hippo and the kika. Nini Nemono, and then may count this is to say, Baco crown hammy. If we say, if you are said, ye, I tell me, I reckon once, and a dom and you so sound your sota cratchy. Ain't you know, you hear me when you say, the woman in Angie said, me call Dubai. And Bra is in 7 statistics, and man could Dubai street. We took one common on it because I'm hoping here say, Sebi baby, Sikashibia, never say, your bob one in no. Na, ye did Emma a monthful. Now almost so no, yeah, I want to buy no to me a day. But his son said, Omo and share see, ain't you know, a buy for 3 months, you know. And no man and your my yes and a year. And then me call Abuchimim say me call Omo Modiaka, because yes no good no. The Quaman on it and Uncle Photo, Omotra, no way to Eka. A Juma so dear oh ya, Sebi. A day be movie free when you be a Jumacha. What Pepper said will be free and your money be. And repay one now with you. Yeah, my men of the and no more coquancy. Omo Kodija or Chinese. O call a chassis any day. On the man, why a friend a brother friend of cash and carry no. O do sika, ni, Yomani, and so no me Jumaka. A year almost be free. It's Yama, men of me and Yanamo China. and they be moving beyond Chinese phone sending your money more. Almost we are no more go to ya. And Sape Pepe, any company would buy a friend Horizon Royal Diamond, a year, and your own quan, a Bimuki Kakamo, Omo Kakamo, Omo Ni Echinji Jibia, Omo Archie Penny say, Omo Bitiaka. Now so Horizon for the day, we go to Dubai. No, now almost say, Omo friend sending bra, we go do it now, Omo buying a chimney too, Yankobisa Sema, almost say, company for Frobia, a Juma Ko for Frobia Wagana ha. I a friend of just good. Omo Aji Omusika said, Omo Bemo Munyoma, now Omuitia. Now the country ma, Omo hold on Pesomo, Eddie, support the bombing, you say. Meno, my Juma problem Yamba. It's a year now we must pass say, oh, a Jumana year no crown. Almost no, bet me your mind the same, bet me on your mind, sir. And Mamunya GD if we say, yea, indeed, Menzgold into your motion mother. I feel so confounded catch almost say, Omo crown, Omo shareholders, oh, Menzgold. You know, Bako cra, Eddie, my passport, I did 2 copy. So Konya or here, medium, or the true almost say, my passport cranny, and you know, watch for Menzgold, no, until their Menzgold into me, and almost over to me and a salmon abroso. And you know, such no more Menzgold monitino. Omutia, Sikati almost on you with any name, say no crescent and a premium in the Bassami Bajimisika. Namako to have a customer's car. And now, Omuchi made too. Nansanyamiatum, Ghana. And then Musinia or AUA Dubai, about the home the consular services, Kakra, if a lawyer for the assembling Kakra Pipo, Sa Manyamiajum, under Islamic law. I don't know, Obianim says Islamic law, dear. Who Muki to the Grana, and Ranabet show, Yamiada Romans, you know. First court, I can say, me who knew a point be so. You know, Conforno see at the Crontia Muntia Missicama many say, Meme can conform, one a Menzgold can conform, Jamosi who knew can be so. It's in the Santino, Nakoba say. So what's he saying in a Untia, any never say Uchia is Sicana or Denno, at the man. Conform someone to once, air company, no, on they call appeals court, and also so no, you could promise a young piebon, Monpiebon, Kakra. Appeals court, so not only 3 judges and a almost panel, almost bench and so. Almost here, Echo Kai, almost the Betuja, and Cassie, so say, and a cray, and ya dear, me whom assemble the boo, it me default, and you know, never bass say, everyone and I was a Metisicano, not by the bagana. Nanso no, not your or how and difficulty, a crap. A year to the effect say. I can't crowd where I was saying, Canabatuno. You see, ain't no, I buy so no, maintain this say, you bet to make the support one, because no, I say, service be a Jumano, because not my mano, almost a year demonstrating, almost year or year trade. And then I was on no didn't 94. Now, lawyer and other uncle breaky. Until my name in South Toy in Japan, any account in your money so. And so, me and I was a magiscano, your account so no. Yet the embark you freeze and I say I block your account and it's can't to me better. And I asked so a beer, so what's here to be crap on it here. And now Omo Maka more we are see. And my mind so also much to a cacra, no to me to if we say, yen to me Fasican Bagana, or this Sicana Bagana, or bra Alpha Banker, a ye one, remember your friend and say money laundering. And ran a bit to me and so Mona Yamawa that if you see. It's any difficulty back. Number 2. Now, I buy to see or Shemia on me. Am I a mind on ye, when you phone me, see me, Major Frigana ha, or bra me corner, 7 a bomb in your family. And number 2. Now, if you ask me, see me quite say, me to pay free, me Frigana ha. I for different travel ban because Nanka Yoko and person me to pay Frigana ha, and a travel ban at the swap. And car, if he say, I'm betting my passport. Me any papa no omo mama kofo bia kran ba so be sign the bill e ma me na be sign me bill it is a idea omo person me figure na ha en kai man so be kasa brand here for passport there e be to so no man give me passport omo fa travel ban bia anto me so and that cry me free hano. Nadichi, Sadano, say, Ochana me free has Adam, because Yoku, I check Yoku records. I bet me we say, Okopa, which road as any time I'll buy it, I'll pay a woman records more, and on anything, Opeso one, anything. You bet Obia bet me a check. 18 unity, and I say, Afi, Yamia Dumitinaba, and the bias yet the echo court so, Eshe, Emma, the bill, say, me, brown thing, na asem no, yen enkoso endi, na emom no asem no court, na emom, masem ne tintin unity, and you say, Medoka, and now from Sika Mapmi, or the Meka, Messi Usika ni. Assembly na etwetra and I also say me free Ghana ha channel na was say me din yi edema empenyufo a me nyom ye adwuma enyo my money nyina because Menzgold assembly na asema e how my money nyina enti no and then no ye betina ha say ye be boy amade e bebre na amanfo na keka e bebre na amanfo na tete nanso no na was say yeso ye be kan ye de kire amanfo na mo so moti na if we have a share when pa e betumi dia faso na obia nsa kan sika fefefe enye da kromo die because ejuma no ejuma 5 years enti no yesi bibia ye teacher abo na kwa na isane no enti ye ya ebia endi 5 years mu but enche you know ye be hye ye customers leadership omo a omo di omo enyim no betena se ebeti aban so adwenkyere ebeti tie amai man adwenkyere na dia ye nyina ye beji atum se ye ya ebeboa ye nyina no na ya ye enti no ene no me feel say amaneboa ya denam eno no real marketing consult and Zylofon media and your companies are ekeka ho nyina no and so no yes every payment no see tia customers ne ka wi a ye bema ene so afa ne tuma pefra and our face donations are your friend corporate social responsibility no you be cause why you be cause why your non mission so aye e dey aboa aban ama ye bie njuma ama problems in kete a ewo ekonomo no te say ye to go to war ama obi ti be a pipe eni obi to me nyen sua no enye njuma kete a yeso no ya ye njuma wa Ghana ha na ye nya mfaso no ene mfaso no kakra be bo aban ma dey so sa problems no e be cause why the sa pepepe enti no me fi say ye ni adwenboni bia sebi ye ko ako sebi mpekifo monimo a ego wia obi ade every say ye kin me ma me customer me ankasa me customer me jire ye customer me jire ma me nyine papa ye customer me nua ba ye customer ye dume mu fo nyina ye customers enti no dey see no aha ye nyina ya tete say bi mu afa ho ahwere o mu kwan e be stress ya e be stress nyankopon na ehwe na konfo kra esi na ombo omo nyina omo ban ko kosi emra ye nyina ye behia enti no ye sre nyame so omo ye kwa na ye sre aban so say ombo aban mo ban ye omo ye bia enye yi na administrative miensa ye de ato omo nyim eye ba ko say esre omo boy na ye kan ye ntuma mbo a na ye ntumi kwati sika no efe braga na ana ye betu amanfo ka ena de to so mi omo kan ye ho omo boy na krata bi wo kwa ye wase ye gina ye bi edwuma no asomdue mu na asomdue ba omo nyina omo kan ye ho na sa asom ye ntumi nya sa krata no omo kire se monko asoye we nko de krata omo kire ya ye nje omo no enwofo ye beko na ye nyoma patena se na de wase ye no krata kra wase ye gina na ya gi na ye bi edwuma na ya start ya edwuma no fefefe na omo so no omo agi omo nye di tiri bebi wo ho a enya omo tene ya ye be pene so na ya ye edwuma no fefefe na asomdue aba ena dia etoso miensa ye san so sira omo se omo hu ye mobo no omo hu customers no so mobo every say e dia ho kire enyi oyeni kese aba oman no mu enti no omo hu ye mobo na ye njapade a enyi ye bank account a omo sade da so no omo hwe na omo eyi omo san free so especially bank account no because omo be bank account na ye ntumi enye emphasis kan ba oman mu every say one face kan fa bank account mu na de kwafa bibia emra etia
Enti ne yesro mo so na njapade no so ebia ye wo amanfo de ye ka ye begigi na ye nye ebi mo so akasa mo pese o mo boa ye na yitu amanfo ka na so no ebia na njapade ni bi wo ba ye be pese ye beton na ye de tu amanfo ka esan se nipɔ se ahoke kantina ye jabore enti ne be sro mo so mo hu ye mo na o mo nye na ye na ye solve problem no na asomdie mbra o man no enti ne me fi se ne tintini ne tietia enyina no no.
And then we can also leave through the back door, please. The coffee is ready. Please, I'm told the coffee is ready, so we can go and have coffee. Thank you and God bless you.
Money, yeah. Oh, yeah, she got to load that. Yeah, she got to load. En fait, l'État.
Super one.
Bravo.